link the stream to everyone. But yeah, sorry about the issues. There we go. Also turn that down. Sorry about the issues in getting live in any way possible. I'm now going to try and get the link to everyone just before. Actually, we might need to grab just the race, to be honest. At the start. Sorry for missing qualifying, but you can see how that's planned out. With a lot going through on the mediums, and it's the racing points in a 1-2 situation at the front, with Clarky and Death Dragon on the front row. Ashquin getting a good qualifying there in the Alfa Romeo in 5th. So let's get this underway, and here we go. And it's a good start for what looks to be Clarky, and both racing points. So the issue seems to be with Aqua and yeah, Cody rounded and collects his teammate and then goes very luckily for him, but I could see that coming a mile off, which is an absolute shame. And we've got a virtual safety car, which will hopefully give me the chance to look at hat and black. A few people have made up positions through a rather chaotic first lap. There we go. We can now share it into the Discord. Virtual safety car still out, so we'll go to the front because Aqua and Death Dragon are going to look to be quite close. But what was it in general? Still safety car. Virtual safety cars to say, and here we go. Again, that's been now linked, so again, sorry for anyone where I've sorry. Oh, big move from Aqua, and that's going to be another spin. It's a big dive there, and not a very likely place to overtake usually. Again, like I was going to say, just before we got another bite of the action, and now we've got Ashquin up in 4th, George struggling in 3rd. And oh, needing the pit, and that caught Aqua out again, who's almost spinning again. He's got Crazy Bill and Baza Boy about to take the positions. Crazy Bill gets past and Aqua locks up, giving Baza Boy a good run. Almost having some issues there. So yeah, sorry about. Oh, and I'm trying to explain the issues. So we had 3 pitters. It's the 2 Alpha Taris and Jor in the Mercedes, which is a shame for him, but we got Ashquin in the Alfa Romeo. Try not to be biased there, but he's up in the podium. So yeah, I might get the chance to explain. Actually no, I won't, because here we go, Aqua trying to make up positions that he lost. What a wheel banging, but he does get through this time unscathed. And the 2 McLarens also, and we've got we've got Energetics coming through the field as well, getting past Mac Attack and the Williams. Remember it being a realistically, Williams do tend to struggle, especially in the race pace. What we have side by side through the triple chicane, always a difficult one. Bazaboy manages to keep the place. I might at last be able to explain that there was a couple of issues getting stream going. Oh, and get some. Thanks for Aqua. Such bad luck again, just getting on the power far too quickly. And luckily ghosted now, as all the cars go past them with the DNF and the full safety car out here. That's going to be a good help to Joer and the two Alpha Taris, because they're right at the back and can now close up that gap. Kurtboy also in the pits. Yeah, had issues getting the stream up on VIL on Twitch, unfortunately. So we ended up resorting to YouTube and ended up going to be using my own YouTube for this round. Hopefully next week everything will be working better, and we can get the full qualifying to you as well. It was a full qualifying session that started at 8 PM. Should have been ready. Unfortunately, we weren't quite ready, but we are going to get the full race coverage here, and a link to everyone to watch for the full race. But full safety car deployed. So we've got Paige. She's in the she's in the Alpha Romeo as well. I think we're going to get a full kind of delta lap here as Maestro goes past. Is basically in last place because of Aqua's disappearance. Swanshanks seemingly letting Colt off-speed by. Maybe an accidental overtake there, because I do think the Ferraris are behind each other. And Clarkey into the pits. Now this is an expected probably 2-stop really. So yeah, Clarkey on another set of mediums. And that's going to let Death Dragon take the lead, and Ashquin to be in second place. Whilst being not online, unfortunately, I did catch a couple of things in qualifying, which was a couple of 5-second penalties, 5-place grid drops, I mean. So the grid order was at the start of the race, which we just about caught, slightly different from the actual qualifying order. Although how relevant that is, considering I actually don't remember who got the grid penalties, probably not very relevant, but it allows me to talk a bit of nonsense that doesn't really matter during a safety car period, which is really what you need, because this could be a little while. Oh boy, even Joer, if they back up to 13th after the off. We got Aqua on the Discord, definitely blaming the Racing Point, and at that point atting the Racing Point. Didn't quite, couldn't quite tell who would be to blame from the incident that resulted. Well, in fact, if we're blaming the actual spin itself was a mistake on Aqua's. It was on Aqua's end that ended in the DNF. So yeah, I don't know. Probably talking about the incident right at the beginning, just after turn 1. Well, again, it's very difficult to tell who's to blame in those sorts of instances. Anyway, Colt into the pits, the only soft runner left, now ditches those softs and drops all the way down to 16th place, because he should have came in the last lap. Han does the opposite and actually goes on to softs in her Renault. Again, we'll drop pretty much to the back of the pack, but now we should be about ready, as long as it was really Han and Mid Maestro just needs to catch up to the pack. Although Han will have speed on her side with those softs, Oh, a little pass on the straight, obviously an accident. What needs to really happen here is just keep the steady pace behind the safety car, because you don't really want stupid accidents happening, or stupid penalties in particular happening. With touch in the back, there we go. That's the problem. It needs to be a steady pace, or at least as close to steady as you possibly can. You've got people now, like Clarkey, who has pitted, mind you, who is now going to have to weed his way through the traffic just a little bit, and he's got some fast traffic ahead of him. He's got energetics in the Haas, obviously going to be a bit slower for the car, but the driver's quick. Wax Swing, when he manages to actually get a run going, tends to be quick, and he's in a Renault. Swanshank's the same, Haas though. And then the two McLarens, some of the quickest drivers you'll see, Crazy Bill and Bazaboy. Ashquin hanging in there, obviously still needs to pit. This is where you back up, where the car in front, which is DJ Death Dragon, again one of the quickest on the track, needs to break up the pack, let the safety car come in. When will he go? I would imagine he'll decide to go once they get out the exit of the final corner. Yeah, he pretty much got that right. They have to make sure they get... Yeah, that's the problem. You still can't overtake till the finish line, and some got the overtakes done a little bit too early and had to get the positions back. So that's allowed Clarkey to take advantage actually and get past Energetics. And then he's going to try and have a go at Wax Wing as well. He got past the Williams too. A big break, unfortunately, there in the middle of the corner, what it looked like. Is there any damage to the Racing Point? No, very lucky there. Maybe just losing the back end slightly, but the Racing Point gets away without any damage. And he's actually not quite got the straight line speed. He sends it quite, but isn't quite able to get it done. But actually, very controlled send, but not a very controlled positioning by Waxwing. But luckily, again, no damage done. Really side by side, Waxwing pushing to the limit there, but Clarkey does get through as the McLarens have their own battle. Oh, and I'm sure the team principal will not be too hammered, but they have actually got away with it with no problem. And Swanshanks has been overtaken by Clarkey too, who is really coming through the field without any problems. Really, he's already up to fifth, and will have quite a big advantage over his teammate Death Dragon, who leads the race right now. We're actually missing championship leader, and I would probably think at this point winner this time around, but we can continue watching. It'll be a fun one. Ashquin doing a great job at the moment holding off the two McLarens, but he's got Crazy Bill right on his backside, and I don't think he'll be able to hold that off for much longer. And all the time, Clarkey just managed to catch the back of this. Still no DRS, so we'll see. The straight line speed isn't too bad on the Alfa Romeo, but the McLaren much faster, it seems, at the moment. Energetics losing a position. Oh, that a couple of offs there. Energetics being one of them as well, and that's a couple of positions being made up. This could end up a 4-wide situation here. I think in fact he's got Old Boy to watch out for too. Jore's the one to take most advantage. A bit of a collision there, and I think Old Boy slid it down the inside. Nice taking advantage of what was going on there by Old Boy. But yeah, some crazy driving. Well, not driving, but crazy action. I mean, going on there in the second sector. So now we got, yeah, Energetic's really struggling now. He was the one we've seen off the track. A few others we've seen off the track, including, I think it was PGB in the Ferrari. Yeah. Oh, there, it looks like we could see an overtake. It's not a conventional overtaking move, but it is Clarkey trying it round the outside. He's got a braking zone coming up, but he's broke way too late. Wow, he did brake way too late, but Ashquin manages to absolutely avoid the move from Clarkey, and Clarkey actually makes it stick. I think a bit of luck involved there than anything else, and good avoiding action from Ashquin. But Ashquin now, it's a double overtake though by Clarkey, and it did work, so I can't fault him on that, I guess. Very well done. Now Ashquin defending the 4th place from Baza Boy, who's, as you can clearly see, that McLaren is just so much quicker through this section. It's just so much quicker in general. Ashquin struggling to keep Bazaboy behind, and Bazaboy will lose time to the battle ahead the longer Ashquin is able to defensively drive the wheels off the Alpha in front. Ooh, and Baza almost ending up like Aqua did, and Clarkey getting a penalty now as he catches Crazy Bill. There you go, this should be Bazaboy's chance, or should have been. The issue is he got a tank slapper on the exit of the final corner. We've got to keep an eye on some of the other battles going on. Cody gets the job done in Swanshanks, and this is when Bazaboy gets through. Same place where Clarkey got through, but he's lost almost 3 seconds to Clarkey, who is at this point, well, 2.5 seconds actually, who is at this point got DRS on his teammate Crazy Bill, who moves a bit over the track and then back to the racing line. It's definitely a dive there from Clarkey again. A slight touch. Crazy Bill probably thought Clarkey would have backed out of it at that point, but he didn't. No, everyone's fine, so there's no problem coming from it. Is he going to make another move down the around the outside? He's going for it again. I didn't realise they're still side by side, as you can see. I think Crazy Bill's just about held off. Got a bit of a swapper in the back, which slowed both these guys down, giving Death Dragging a good 5.5 seconds lead. Almost losing the car is Crazy Bill, and Clarkey nearly helping him round, but he could never have expected him to get such a tank slapper there. It's actually Ashquin not really losing ground to this either. Oh, there we go. That's a nice overtake on the teammate by Cody, but there is a yellow flag, and I think it's Colt. Oh, and it's a big one at the hotel section. And Han up to 15th due to it, and Swanshanks into the pits. Just trying to keep an eye on what's going on. Is that Bazaboy round? Jeez, there's non-stop action. How did Bazaboy lost it or been involved in something there? Maybe with because he wasn't too far away from Clarkey. Maybe he tried to move. It's a virtual safety car, and Colt Osprey has decided to give it up in the pit lane. In fairness, Slag Out, that's exactly what I was thinking with the earlier incidents that you're referring to in Discord actually. I have put a link in, so if anybody wants to come and chat on the YouTube chat section, that would be great. If But yeah, we've got a restart, and it's Clarky still going on Crazy Bill. A little bit of a touch on the rear to front wheels there, and it's a cracking battle here for P2. They have made up a bit of time. Already 12 seconds of penalties for Old Boy. That is massive. Hopefully he won't get himself in trouble at the end of the race. But here we go. Clarky apparently ready to come in for softs on his strategy. I don't know if that's going to be correct at this point. But here we go. On the better tyres, I really don't think he will be. And it's Crazy Bill that is holding up Clarky from his teammate. Oh, he's going to go for a move into the hairpin. Oh, I went back too much there. And Crazy Bill getting the better exit keeps it going. And I think, yeah, Wax Swing was off there. And Mac Attack in the pits. So Han finds her way up to 12th at the moment, just behind her teammate now. They're on softs, a bit of a swap of positions at for second place again, and Crazy Bill once again manages to hold on to the position, so it's more DRS for Clarky. Too far behind to even make the try to make the move. So let's see, Crazy Bill just holding on, an absolutely fantastic defensive drive. I can't really take my eyes off of it, but Crazy Bill, Crazy Clarky is going to go for the move into that really difficult corner to do that, and it doesn't work out because he goes too deep, and Crazy Bill just switches back around and keeps the position. I don't want to take my eyes off of this. We've got Cody catching Ash Quinn as well. He's about 5 seconds behind this titanic battle, which I really don't want. This is going to be non-stop to the end, I think, for these two. So we're seeing Clarky make moves into this braking zone. Let's see if he's close enough to do it again. Not quite. Nicely positioned with the car. Cody, on the other hand, side by side with Ash Quinn into the corner. Ash Quinn goes and gives the squeeze, but still leaves enough room, still on the track. But here we go. Crazy Bill, a little bit of a sitting duck here. Although now he picks up the slipstream. Clarky is through though, and let's see if he can pull away, because now it's Crazy Bill that's going to have it. And the same move happens behind as Cody gets past Ash Quinn on the newer tyres as well. So can Crazy Bill get back past? He did go for it, and Clarky left him the room. He could have just closed it right off. He had every right to, but yeah, it's once Crazy Bill realised that Clarky was going to leave him the room, he just made sure he was going for the gap, but didn't quite make it through. Battle here between Williams and the Ferrari. Fortunately, this will be where the Williams, what am I talking about? The Williams will be slower than the Ferrari for definite. Clarky into the pits. Clarky has pitted, and so is Crazy Bill. Okay, that's going to make things really good for DJ Death Dragon. Ash going in the pits, he had already. Yeah, I was surprised. I'm really surprised to see Clarky in the pits already. Joe now back up to third after being involved in spins early on, and DJ Death Dragon on those mediums that he started on. Now in the driving seat for this race, where I really did think, oh, Clarky just coming through the inside, definitely touching, and then that's a bit questionable, even the move after he got past. Well, I didn't see it from his point of view, so it might be a bit different. Right, I want an off-board shot, but we're getting terrible off-board shots, so I think, there we go, that's better. But yeah, Clarky through on the softs. Old boy, oh, is Old Boy Spunner been, oh no. That's Crazy Bill got damage. It looked like from what we could, from what I could tell, he got pushed a little bit. I wasn't quite sure. Actually, Crazy Bill didn't get damaged. It was actually a part of Old Boy's wing that I seen coming off. Again, either a spin there, but it did look like there was a bit of a touch from behind, but I could be completely wrong there. Okay, ooh, okay, might be a bit of lag there. That I've more seen. The yellow flag's behind, and I think it's Old Boy off. Oh, Kurt Boy goes very deep into the penultimate corner, and that allows Clarky to just ride right through with no issues at all. What is the gap to the leader? The gap to the leader for Clarky is 22 seconds, just over 22 seconds, which means Death Dragon needs to come in this lap, or else there is absolutely no way he keeps the lead at this point. And that'll be a warning for Kurt Boy. And Old Boy, I think, is pitted and said, I've had enough of this race. Oh, the Alpha Tari driver nearly losing it there on the curbs over the quick corners at the end of that this first sector. I'll eventually get my words out, don't worry. Energetic struggling a lot more than what I expected, I'll be honest. Waxwing's not got it's still only on that 12-second penalty, so at least he's not adding to them as he was. And Energetics will be looking to quickly make the move on Bearded Dave. So will Crazy Bill be looking to make sensible moves on the Ferrari ahead. I just want to say, look at that speed differential on the straights. Just because it's a Ferrari engine versus a Honda engine according to the 2020 game, but it's a difficult car pretty much anywhere else. Joe pits, so Cody goes through, and Crazy Bill is still waiting to get past the Ferrari of PGB. Getting really up to the gearbox, using overtake here, probably not the best move, but oh, look at that. Just the Ferrari just can't control the spin of the wheel, goes way wide. Crazy Bill just takes the optimum line, just drives straight past the Ferrari and the McLaren, and Kurt Boy on those old mediums is pretty much, you would think, going to be a sitting duck in this straight, especially with the Red Bull on the straight. He's actually doing not bad job, but he's using all his overtake to do it, and yeah, Crazy Bill still making it through on Kurt Boy. Nice overtake there by the McLaren. Baza Boy actually went onto the mediums, so he hasn't got quite the same pace as his teammate. Kurt Boy came back, sorry, and he's coming through, staying side by side through this section, but eventually has to give up the place, and Crazy Bill makes it through. It's actually going to make it a little easier for the Ferrari behind to keep within touching distance, but also to make this aware, Death Dragon is still out, and the gap to his teammate is already down to 14.5 seconds, and it should come to the point where Crazy Bill will overtake Death Dragon on the through the pit stops, I should say. The closest battle we have right now is PGB on Kurt Boy, and Baza Boy behind this as well, so a good scrap for what is at the moment at least 5th place. Few people, like I said, will have to still pit. Baza Boy just looking for a move. He's just not going to take that risk up the inside of the hairpin, sorry, but he gets a better exit than the Ferrari in front, and he's just going to fly by. I think he's using overtake and DRS, and he's through without a problem. but this time the problem's going to really reach Kurtboy now, because as we've seen, he's being great defensively, but let's see what he can do against the flying McLaren. Staying on the inside, a bit of touching. It's going to be close. These two still got a bit side by side, but Bazaboy does get the move done, and the Ferrari is going to be looking to come right back at him. I did notice that Ash Quinn has went onto the hards, is one of the only people to do that, so Joe's catching up. The tyre wear is a lot worse than some of the lower down cars, unfortunately. So, oh, hold on. The bearded Dave has had a big spin and no front wing. You can see where it's come off. Don't know if he was involved in a collision with anyone, but that's a safety car. In fact, no, old boy went out earlier, but a full safety car for that. That's pretty lucky for the bearded Dave, although I'm sure he lost quite a few positions. I'm wondering if PGB was the first that could or needed to pit, because DJ Death Dragon's still going around, and so is Cody in the Mercedes, who's in P3 at the moment. So be careful with the safety car, make sure you go past it. I think everyone's going to be in the pits that are... No, Han keeps going. Oh, she's just put on new softs, so yeah, she will keep going and maybe jump a few more drivers actually. Cheaper pit stops, maybe, but let's see, up to 12th, that's where she was before, I'm sure. So she keeps the position that she had, which is some good news. And Paige makes up a few positions by not pitting. Maybe just going to try and drag those mediums to the end, using overtake, presumably to catch up. Oh, Waxwing crossing the pit entry. Yeah, you crossed over the pit entry line. That's a straight away penalty, or the pit exit line. 5-second penalty is what you get for that. And then retiring on the track, I think. So yeah, no, that's a fair penalty if you've crossed over the line. You cross over the line even by a smidge in real life, and you're going into the pits for either a drive-through or a time penalty. So now everyone's in the pits. Ash Quinn should pit here actually as well, but be careful, do not hit the wall. A few are going to pass him, but Swanshank's down in 10th, is 20 odd seconds behind, so 30 odd seconds behind him, so he should come out ahead of Swanshanks, maybe not ahead of, let me think, was I wrong with my numbers? Yeah, it's just Swanshanks, he will easily come out ahead of that, right. Well, this is going to tighten it up a bit. Paige is probably the only driver on older tyres choosing not to pit at that point and try and take the mediums to the end. And personally, being near the back, I probably would have taken the risk to just put on a new set of tyres. But still 14th track position for a good result. And to be honest, we could still see some chaos up the front. Couple of shaking and movers through this. Clarky, well, Death Dragon managing to keep on to the lead of the race through this safety car basically. Everybody clutching up to him, and then this safety car comes out and just puts him to the position where he can keep it, because they've all pitted and he pitted too. So Cody's managed to take advantage and get himself up into second place ahead of Clarky and Joer, who pitted earlier and not under the safety car. Crazy Bill and Bazaboy now split by PGB in the Ferrari. Kurtboy not losing as many positions as he might have thought he would, and he's in 8th. Ash Quinn, yeah, he's in 9th. Probably would have came out in 9th, I think, anyway, but yep, it just keeps him closer. Swanshanks and maybe Maestro, and really all the other drivers, especially the Bearded Dave, all given a second chance at some late race points, and to be in with a chance, especially Bearded Dave, whose incident seemed to be caused by the safety car. Now this is that brought out the safety car, I should say. Energetics decides to come in, and so does Swanshanks. Now that's a little bit surprising. My assumption is they want to have the safety car stay out longer, or they maybe have penalties. Well, that doesn't look like he had penalties that it needed to serve. A little bit strange. Anyway, whatever they did, likely to try and bring the safety car back out, or keep the safety car out longer. I could be wrong completely on that. I don't see any other reason why they did that. Well, all I can say to that is it's not going to happen, I don't think. I think the safety car is going to come in this lap regardless. I don't think it'll wait for the energetics to make up that 15.5 seconds that he's not making up right now, or to be Dave to catch up either. But that should be tumbling down now, the gap, because everybody's caught up. Let's go back to the front with DJ Death Dragon, who's been there from pretty much the beginning and made sure he didn't have to battle anyone quite much, or the other cars made sure of that, allowed him to make gap, and perfect safety car means he could stay out in the lead. And I guess this is quite lucky for Energetics and Bearded Dave that the safety car actually has decided to stay out another lap, which robs us of an extra lap of a race to watch. And as you having to listen to me if you're watching back at any point, or watching right now, listen to me talk rubbish over nothing for another lap. Also, just in fairness and clearness here, it also makes it easier for Paige to just eke out those mediums to the end. Everybody on what would be a better soft tyre, absolutely, when we get up and going. If she doesn't have to pit again, then possibly in a decent position to pick up on points if there's big collisions that happen, or any spins or anything. She just takes full advantage of it and doesn't have to pit. It's probably what others are thinking too, now that they've pitted as well, but yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I do think that's an interesting strategy that could well actually work out if there is incidents that happen, and there has been a few really close scrapes and great battles to watch, which could easily have ended in carnage. So with everybody bunched back up together, safety car in this lap message very early will actually could prove useful for someone on that decided not to pit and not lose those positions in the first place. But we will find out very soon, as we're about to enter lap 21 of 28 and get this race back underway. Right, here we go. You got Death Dragon. I think he'll just play the same trick as he did last time. Just take it all the way to the final corner, through the final corner. Actually, still weaving through the final corner. He's not went yet. Now he goes. Has that caught anyone out? It's caught out a few people actually. One of them being Clarky, and one of them being Crazy Bill. You were almost making. Ooh, there was a touch there for definite. You were almost making it through on Crazy Bill. There goes Cartboy with an amazing move, avoiding action with the Ferrari. And let's just see. Cody's actually managed to get through on. No, sorry. Clarky's managed to get through on Cody. Here we go. This is my point. Yeah, Swanshank's off, and Ashquin pitted. I don't know why he waited till the safety car came out. There might have been something that happened on that lap, but the bearded Dave makes his way past. Energetics and Mac. Han in the points in 10th in a Renault, and Mac Attack in the Williams trying to make gains as well. Let's see, we've got the Ferrari and Cutboy, so PGB and Cutboy in a battle amongst themselves. Crazy Bill is going to back out of it surely. Yep. I don't know what to actually watch. It's quite it's strange. There we go. Han's been off. And she broke too late or been hit? I would go. No, ran wide. Still got the ERS at overtake, and I think maybe having to pit. Did she get damage? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get up to the actual action. And Joe, don't reverse. Okay, luckily ghosting's on, but Joe having a spin there. Don't know if there was contact. Clarky with his teammate now. You have to remember this is his teammate, so he needs to be careful. DJ Death Dragon has been leading the race pretty much from start to finish. Swanshank's in the pits as well. When we get the DRS open and going, I'm sure we're going to see those two tangling. Oh, and talking about tangling, it's Bazaboy and maybe Maestro. He shouldn't have kept it in it. And he definitely shouldn't have stayed on the throttle. That's going to kill the heat in those tyres. Oh, what a oh, this is going to be interesting. Watch from the Renault's point of view. As the bearded Dave and Energetics have a battle. They're struggling all by themselves. Yeah, I don't think it was the correct idea for the Alpha to keep his nose in there, and it just resulted in an incident. Let's just see. I think Clarky's got past. And again, a strange, rather strange place to get by. So that's why I wasn't watching. Oh, that's a pass for the lead of the race. That is annoying. But let's see. Crazy Bill, Cartboy, 4th place battle. Page gets a 3-second penalty. So that's a bit of a shame. The AlphaTauri gets through on the Alfa Romeo, of which Page is driving. There we go. DRS is now available for use. I think Death Dragon might actually have missed out on it, but Cartboy definitely doesn't. Look at that speed that he's got, but he's going to have to go round the outside. Will the McLarens keep it in there? Nope. But you'll have DRS now. Oh, I went too far. And here we go. And now it's going to be Crazy Bill's turn. This is what should be happening at real life at Abu Dhabi, and it would make a good race because the DRS flips and flops. So if you get it there, you get past the next. The car behind will then get it, which is the car that's just been passed. But it doesn't. It doesn't work out that way ever, which is a shame. It should be able to create overtaking and decent battles, but a lot of the time, unfortunately, in real life it doesn't. But in the the games, it tends to put up some really, really good races and really close battling, which is great to see. Clarkie fastest lap. Now, it's just, oh, actually, we've got an off, and it's Swanshanks that was off. Nearly Ashquin too. So let's have a look. Mathak holding on to points in that Williams. It was a double points finish for Williams last week. Myself and it was Old Boy finishing in the points for Williams. But Mac is trying to keep the position. It's a bit of a switchback move coming, but yeah, there's Kurtboy past Crazy Bell. Guess I should kind of be watching that, but I kind of want to see if the... Yeah, there we go. Energetics through. Bearded Dave not too far behind will be looking to still move. I think Max trying to keep himself in there, and Energetics being very nice and leaving loads of room. Swanshanks has left has retired from the race, but that's allowed, given that room, given that opening, has actually allowed the Bearded Dave to make a double overtake on that straight, finishing it off with Energetics in the actual corner, and knocks Mac Attack out of the points. Energetics, oh, he's struggling to keep that car on the... is very close by. This is nice for 9-6. The points. Energetics having a Haas in the points as well, is a good job from him. To having a look, having a look, it's Death Dragon that's got the speed on the straight and goes flying past Clarkie. Just a few laps to go, and DJ Death Dragon retakes the lead of the race that he's had for most of this race, in fact. So has Clarkie had an issue, because he's really slow. He's lost 2 seconds to Death Dragon, and Cody's coming in really hot as well. What's going on with Clarkie? I'm trying to see if he's got damage anywhere, but there's nothing to really be seen. He's just losing time over time. I've never seen anything to show that he had disconnected. Maybe I was too busy watching something else at the time, but that is a big shame for Clarkie that seems to have happened. He's now about 5, yep, losing a lot of time. Okay, Cody's going to go flying by, and Kurtboy's going to be in there too. Yeah, I don't... Right, okay, Kurtboy's in there too. Clarkie doesn't seem to be having issues now, but... oh, that's the final corner. The final corner and the Bearded Dave round, so yeah, I'm not sure if there was a collision again or if there was just a genuine issue. So Clarkie seems to be back on it. He's now got DRS at the belt. Is he back on it? He's got DRS. He's not... Oh no, Kurtboy's round. He touches the back of Clarkie and is round and loses a position loses a position to Crazy Bell. The Bearded Dave, is that on track that he's hit a wall? Actually, yeah, it is. He's off at sector 2. His car's still moving, so it looks like he's retired on the track. That's another shame. That was really time to look at these penalties. It's Clarkie yeah, he definitely picked up the speed again, and it's a shame for Kurtboy that he's lost so much time, because really he was going to get second place. Now he'll still get fourth, he'll still get third at the moment, but he will not get second. That's Cody's now. Ashwin has disconnected, and there's not amazingly much I can do about it. So they had plenty of invites before the they should have had plenty of invites, because I did before the race, so should be fine. Anyway, Clarky, he'll be wanting to make the move on Cody, but Cody's got this second place now in the bag, unfortunately for Kurtboy, and Death Dragon's got this win done and dusted. Any other real battles that we've got going on? Let's look at Clarky enjoying this. Cody now starting to pull in. Ashwin has managed to rejoin with the plentiful amount of invites we got before the session. Very good thanks there to Kurtboy. So it looks like our battle on track, at least for this final lap, will be Clarky and will be Cody. So let's see, can Clarky at least on track get past the Mercedes, who is pretty much destined for a P2 finish, which she will be delighted about. Here we go, can he keep ahead of Clarky? Clarky really been on the pace all day, just a bit of luck, and I'm not sure what happened that made him lose so much time to DJ Death Dragon and drag him back into the battle with Cody and Kurtboy at the time. And you go, DRS is what Clarky will now have. Cody's a bit too far ahead, and of course with that Mercedes engine, it is Mercedes engine versus Mercedes engine, but with that engine he's got so much top line speed, although apparently Clarky's got a lot more braking power and is closed right back up, but still got issues. DRS, he's not using ERS though, which again points to maybe there is issues going on, I'm not sure. Another lock up. Will Cody be overtaken in this final sector? We've seen that Clarky has made overtakes in this sector before, so I don't think he's going to be close enough to even have an attempt. I think it's time to look at DJ Death Dragon in the other racing point at Abu Dhabi to take the win here at Abu Dhabi in the Realistic League. See the fireworks go. Great job by DJ Death Dragon, and Cody will come over and take the second place. Clarky will come over in third, but will lose that to Kurtboy, and Crazy Bill will take fifth. The Ferrari of PGB will take sixth, Bazaboy 7th, Joer 8th, Energetics, Joer jumps up to 7th on Bazaboy, so that's not a great result for Bazaboy, but Energetics in 9th. Mac will come across to take another point for Williams, and actually jump Energetics on the pens, and Han does too, so Han, I think, if I'm right, will get our first points in the Realistic League in VIL. I'm pretty sure that's right, so great job from our page. Will come over to take the final place of the finishers, but loads of penalties there for Energetics at the end, and for others for that matter, allows Han to jump up into the top 10 and claim her first points of this season. Basically been racing since the beginning, and really improving since. It's great to have actually watched that progression, and yep, into the points for the first time. A few drivers actually into the points for the first time, I think. I think that's also the Williams driver of, and again, well done to DJ Jeff Dragon, but I think that was the first points of the season, and do correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. First points of the season for Mac Attack, I think, as well. Good points finish for Joer. PGB, good showing. I can't remember if it's his first race in the realistic league, but a good showing here tonight. Cody, he's been unlucky, very unlucky in a lot of races recently, but there we go. He's able to show his real pace and smartness on the track and getting that second place. So yeah, yeah, that's where you can see it. Energetics, 6 seconds. Movie Maestro, 12 seconds in the end. Page jumping up to 12th actually as well. Energetics, Ashquin having issues towards the end. Weirded Dave does actually classify in 15th, and then the other 5 DNF non-finishers. But what a race. Shame we missed qualifying. Also a bit of a shame it isn't on VIL channels, but I'm sure that can be fixed, and we can get it on either YouTube or Twitch. Hopefully try to speak to someone about that. But yeah, a great race, I've got to say. I enjoyed that. We eventually got things up and running, and we were all treated to a good race after getting it up and running. So not honestly not can't quite rightly remember where we are next week, but it should be another great race, as these realistic races have been. Also been told that it could also likely be on the Saturday rather than the Friday evening, so we'll see what happens there. But it will be 8 o'clock, I'm sure. So 8 o'clock next week, Friday or Saturday, for the next race. Another absolute belter to come, and I hope to see you then, either in the commentary booth or me watching myself. Thank you.